Thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Who said the crowds wouldn't embrace football being back in L.A.? You certainly couldn't tell that by what we saw a few moments ago. These folks are pumped up as their Rams get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Three 3-0 versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. A shotgun snap for Gone. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter. He's the one who finally gets him down for what will wind up being a loss of 16 yards. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. From the gun, here's Gone. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Cousins throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. He'll get it up the middle. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Cousins. Flushed out right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Michael Brockers in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now Goff on 1st down. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Goff now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now the rookie from Tennessee, John Kelly. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey, lift! Super! Go, 12, go!
On 2nd down, here's Goff. And his throw here's incomplete. It was Andrew Sendejo from his strong safety spot able to make the play. And that's twice now already in this first quarter that he's been able to knock a ball away.
They're going to need that from him and plenty more if they want to slow down this passing game. Thus far, though, he's been a ball magnet.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down.
76. Dula. I'm here all day. 5. Orange. Set.
Out of the gun. Gone. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him. And some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it third down. Out of the gun, Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down. On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt. So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right? You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media. Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll run it here with Brown. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress. Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, was strictly the run. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Here's Goff. Right side complete. That's Woods. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Here we go, bud. Here we go. 2 up. DC.
On first down, it's gone. Throw left side complete. That's Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Hey, slow down. Hard ball. Go.
Again, this is Kelly. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Brandon Carr there to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go. Hey, Shell. Dula. Maverick. Hey, man. Watch the food.
Here's Goff now on second down. His throw incomplete. Try to get it to Woods. Third down here. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10.
Hard ball. 11.
Gone. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Watch quit.
On 2nd and 10, gone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. On the stop was Aaron Donald. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Cousins now on 2nd down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Only a yard there. Snipped out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, Everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Handoff comes to Cook. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They go play action. Cousins under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Samson Abuka able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Now Cousins. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there, and it's 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10.
12. Harbaugh. Super 66. Shout. Do up. Starting left here.
Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Tiger.
I think a free play now for Goff. And they dropped him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. So that'll back him up 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And Cooks hands it over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Now gone. And that is incomplete here.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Throwing on 3rd, gone. And got a man, it's Woods. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. Goff hitting Woods for a Rams first.
Brandon, that's a tough guy right there. He knew that was going to happen. In other words, they had to absorb that hit. How about him securing the football, turning the legs a little bit, and gaining what he needed for a 1st down?
Well, that's the deal on 3rd down. These guys, they know where the sticks are. He obviously knew right there.
And if you want to be a dependable 3rd down receiver, you've got to be willing to absorb those types of hits and make those sort of plays.
Ric Flair. 12. 5.
To throw on 2nd down is gone. He'll leave it for Kelly complete. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Left, by 20. Dula. 76, tell him. 76. 76. Go.
Now a 1st down throw. Gone. Then he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
Harbaugh. Ric Flair.
On 1st down, gone. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And down inside the 15 he goes. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. From the red zone now, gone. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
12.
From the gun, here's Gall. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we hit half. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eli Harold in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
It's a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. From the gun, here's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Flush to his right. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And it's 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eli Harold in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. That one goes for 24 yards.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, But I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in the diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Orange. Merlin. Maverick. Starting left here. Maverick.
A shotgun snap for gone. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Going up top for Cup. It's caught inside the 25. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Now gone. That is incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And that'll make it 3rd down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind.
12. Here we go. 5. Power ball. 11. 2. 5.
From the gun on 3rd down. Gone. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain at all on the play there. That brings up 4th. So on 4th down, here comes Greg Zuerlein to try and get 3 for the Rams. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
Here comes Sherrills. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. Try to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Michael Brocker's in on the stop.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And the Reds got it. They bring him down. Aaron Donald in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Here we go.
Third and long for Cousins. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants it.
It's got his man complete. A huge play that time for the Rams. 57 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Goff to Woods as the Rams move the chains. Goff now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's that?
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. It is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
This is Brown on the carry. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams are in for 6. Zerline connects on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes Sherrills. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. On play action, Cousins. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL where we're used to a bit more scoring, This feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Cousins now. And this is going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowl corner, Marcus Peters, there to make the play.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And the Rams getting set to go now. If they're going to take it in for another touchdown like they did on their last drive, they're going to have to do it the hard way, starting at the 1.
And boy, is that a difficult position. Obviously, where they are on the field, they have to be careful with the football. But at the same time, they can't be so careful that they can't run their offense as well. Everyone's got to lock in this situation. No mistakes.
From the end zone, gone. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Out of the gun. Gone. Man, the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction. And that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Here we go.
Maybe a free play here. Cousins. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So that one will be accepted. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins, eluding the pressure right. And some room to maneuver. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the ball and keep that running game bottled up.
Cousins now on 2nd down. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
On
first down. Murray. He'll get this to the 40. Sweet little juke in there. Got him some extra yardage. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Again, it's Murray. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the fourth quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Nikel Roby-Coleman. And some space here. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Now it's Brown. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a first and goal. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold him to 3 to keep this. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Mark Barron, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
12 yards there as they move the chains. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And they'll indeed take a knee. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done. And
hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.